Hey everybody, it's the Redstone Wizard here again, bringing you another Redstone tutorial. What I got for you today is a addition for the blast chamber. Now, when I made the blast chamber, I had this part in mind, and this is more of a permanent fixture for the blast chamber. So keep that in mind when building this, but you don't have to build it. You can actually use the blast chamber and feed other things into it. With that being said, let's take a look at what I'm talking about. We're talking about, well, it's a cobblestone generator. Specifically designed to be able to push them at a fairly fast rate. In fact, that makes it just slightly, that just makes it just fast enough. That they pop, that as soon as a stone is created, it gets pulled out. It's as fast as you can get it. But this is not just a cobblestone generator. It's also a basalt generator. So you're getting cobblestone and basalt at the same time. Well, you're getting cobblestone or basalt. Your choice on which one happens first or which one happens afterwards. Strictly up to you. And it is ran constantly, and it has the same efficiency for the blast chamber. As you can see, I actually have that attachment on there, along with a more insane setup for, well, concrete powder. But yeah, this is the part that we're putting together. So as you guys see, we can just keep processing it. I flip this, it'll shut it off. I'm not going to show you guys how to put it in like this. This setup is strictly up to you guys. You don't have to don't have to put the levers and things like this or have it running this way. It's up to however you guys want to put it. Because I'm running a blast chamber using cobblestone. I have a protection system to help protect the system if it runs out of TNT or if down here blows up. But yeah, that's just something I put together. Warning lights, everything. And I do mean warning lights. And it won't run. I can turn it on, it's not going to run. But as soon as I put this on, boom. Warning light goes off. Yep, so we got this last one that we built over here. We're going to make a few changes to that and put on the basalt stone generation part. So, what do you say, guys? Let's get to building this thing. Alright guys, we're back. And like always, everything we need to build the cobblestone basalt generation for the blast chamber is inside the box. So, now some of these items can be switched out with other things. Keep that in mind. They don't have to be exactly what I say they are, with a few exceptions. So, keep that in mind. So, and I pretty much try to set this up so that if it requires a solid block, it has to be a solid block. So if it's not a solid block, you can use whatever you want. Okay, so what we're going to need is 7 redstone torches, 12 pieces of redstone dust, 5 observers, about 6 repeaters, 5 comparators, 5 observers, 7 pistons, 14 sticky pistons, 4 dispensers, 4 honey or slime blocks, 3 containers. I'm going to be using cauldrons, and that's because I'm old school like that. I like the cauldron look. I know it's a little more expensive than some other things, but I like the cauldrons. 4 pieces of blue ice, and make sure it is blue ice. 4 pieces of soil, 5 stairs. We're going to change one part, so 4 stairs for the build, 1 for addition, 1 copper bulb, 6 solid blocks that can't be moved by pistons, and 8 immovable blocks. Yes, there is a difference. Immovable blocks cannot be moved by pistons at all. Blocks that don't, and pretty much non-sticky blocks, so glazed terracotta, moss, and the obsidians. 17 solid blocks, 44 random whatever you want blocks, a lever for whatever you have for testing and control, 4 buckets, an infinite water source, and 4 sources of lava. So first thing we're going to do is come up to the top here. We're going to remove this dust and this solid block. We'll throw a glass block there and a torch on top of that, a block on top of the torch, block on the dropper, and you have a choice, and this is literally your choice, but I'm going to use a piece of dust. That's going to lock, that's pretty much going to pulse the dropper when it's not powered. And we just made it where it's simple. Okay, so now what we need to do is you need 2 pieces of the immovable blocks. We're going to place them there and put dust on top. Come back here and place a repeater. Now, to switch from from one mode to the next mode, all it is pulse it. That's all you have to do. Pulse this repeater however you want. You can set up something like I did over there. Or you could have a staircase back here just to flip it, or something up here. You can even take this, put it over here, and have it in the floor. But this line has to get pulsed, but I like having everything in the back, so that's why it's there. Then we're going to take our dispensers and place them on both sides of the obsidian. Now, this part is fully symmetrical, so what I'm going to do to one side has to be done to both sides. So first things first is we are going to just place a temporary block there. We can take these out, grab our stairs, place them here, and one of those stairs, just so that we can, it's mostly for control. We're just going to put it like this. The items will drop straighter than with powdered snow, and a little bit faster. Then you're going to take your soul soil, put it here. You don't need those. Now we need to block off our water, make this too high, and put 1 block back here. And we can just set it just like this. Now grab your blue ice, and we're going to place the blue ice here. We're going to grab our pistons, place a piston here and here, temporary block here. Grab your sticky pistons and point them inwards. You can take out this temporary block. Grab your torches and put them right on next to each other. Next, grab your water and waterlog the stairs. Make sure you waterlog both of them. And take a bucket and throw it in the dispensers. Or you could just load them up with you could just load the dispenser with a water bucket. Your choice. Now here's the part that some people might get confused with. You're going to take your lava and you're going to put lava above the waterlogged stairs. What this is going to do is create a stone. Next step is we're going to need to grab our solid blocks, put 2 there and 1 there. We are going to put dust on both of these. We are going to grab glass blocks, place them there, put 2 slime blocks here, and a sticky piston pointing down right here. Next step is we are going to put a piston here with an observer, as soon as I can find them in my inventory still. And we're going to put in an observer right here. Now, this is going to change. What's going on back here is going to change. So we're going to place a block here. We're going to break that. And we're going to grab a solid block and place it right here. Now, based on what side you're going to, because it's going to be two different sides, so I'll get this side built, then I'll build this side off camera for you guys, and then we'll continue on from the separation. So now that we got that done, what's going to happen is, and this is just strictly for the purposes of uniformity, once it pulses and pushes down, we want to make sure that also that the lava gets pushed out, because then when we push it down again and pull out, we only want water there to flow first before the lava to consistently get stone. Because there is a chance, and it's not that high of a chance, but still there is a chance that you will get cobblestone in there, or if you just happen to get unlucky, basalt. Now with powering this right here, this will turn all of it into basalt, guaranteed. So next step is we're going to take our piston. We want to make sure that this line here is clear, because if we want to, we could just take our stone and take 3 pieces of it right there and set it down. Good to go. Well, you just want this to be in line here, because we're going to come under here, 2 pieces of obsidian and 1 there. Grab a block, place it there. Grab another one, place it there. Take an observer, put it right here with a solid block. Coming down 1, we're going to put a piece of dust. We can throw dust there. Grab ourselves our sticky pistons. Place it there. And for me, I'm having solid blocks here, but it doesn't have to be solid. But place a block there, a solid block there, grab a regular piston, and make it easy for me to place there, and place it right there. Now, grab your comparator, and place one down there, and a container. I'm using a cauldron, and that one I used a cake, and the far one I used a cake. It all works the same. Because as soon as you fill your container up, put 1 signal strength in. I'm using lava because I want it. It will process out. So we've got a set of stone. We got 2. So if I push this down and then push this down, boom, it pushes 2 out every time. And that's just going to keep happening until then, till you're done processing. So give me a moment. I'll be back and we'll finish this up, but I have to get the other side built, so I'll give me 1 moment. Okay guys, I've got both sides built, and as you can see, this part of the build is completely symmetrical. So now what we're going to do is we are going to take an observer and we're going to place it right here. And on face of the observer, we're going to place a copper bulb. It doesn't matter which copper bulb you use, you're going to just use a copper bulb. Place a solid block behind it, and we're going to throw comparators reading out of those bulbs. Now here's the tough decision. What side is going to have the repeater, and what side is going to have the torch? It doesn't matter what side you have the repeater on, what side do you have the torch on. It literally doesn't matter. You just got to pick one or the other. So the one with the torch, the side with the torch, you're going to put a solid block on top so that this sticky piston gets powered. Place another block down and put dust so that it is active. And on the other one with the repeater, you're just going to put a block underneath. And that's just so that they can switch back and forth. Now we need to make a clock. So underneath, so we're going to be pulling this observer back and forth, turning this on, then off, which is going to be switching them. So catty corner from the sticky piston, we are going to place a solid block with a torch directly behind the sticky piston. And then we are going to make from the torch a 2x4 with 4 right underneath the sticky piston. We're going to put a 3-tick repeater, a 4-tick repeater, a 4-tick repeater, a 4-tick repeater, and an observer. No, a comparator, I mean. And dust here. Now, we're going to take a regular piston, a sticky piston, I mean, one block down. So we literally just running out, we don't have that much space in here. With a with our container, fill the container, and now all we have to do is power. And then just come up front, and as you can see, it's actually going at a fairly consistent pace. Anything faster will will not have the system work properly, and slower is just not as optimal. And like I said earlier, you could actually even switch it to basalt. Now the downfall to doing the basalt setup in the middle of it is you have a potential for breaking the farm. You will have to end up removing blocks, but it's fairly robust. So I recommend not switching it, but wait for the system to stop and then start it up. And as you can see, it is constantly going. And it's going fairly fast. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down in the comment section. If it's a major issue, I recommend joining my Discord. Link to that will be in the description. If you want to support me, please subscribe. But you guys, this is the Redstone Wizard. Enjoy building.